Good evening. Unfortunately, Ian's not here tonight, so instead we have a super special guest. I'll let him introduce himself, and here he is, Mappyman.
Hello, couch co-opers, couch potatoes, and couch codependents. This is the 351st Couch Co-op Show, greatest video game show in the world. We are a group of close friends sharing our love for gaming with you. I'm Scott, Mappyman, along with
Jared.
Dave.
The individual's Aaron.
John. And possibly Nick.
Nick, but he seems to have gone really quiet.
Nick wasn't making any sound. That's all.
Oh, that's right, because I normally put my mic on mute.
It's also because
we're pulled open.
By leaving comments and questions on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, Couch Co-op Shows, all one word. Remember, no hyphen.
No.
And also Nick was being quiet because no one addressed him in his proper title, Lord Beerstro.
Right.
Oh yes, Lord Beerstro.
The Lord.
Yeah, who's this Nick guy?
All right, how are we all doing tonight? Let's go. Let's start this off. Mappyman's back after a 3-year hiatus. I returned to discuss conventions.
Wow, it's been 3 years? Wow.
Yeah.
In a minute.
I hear
we had you on for PAX last time you went.
Yeah.
Or not
right.
last time, but
now.
a few years back.
We'll get to whether you've cleaned the Nintendo glaze off you quite enough to present the show. But before we get into there, so your lordship, what beer do we have tonight?
Well, Sappora's been been the reigning king lately.
Uncrushable can.
Yeah, but I just thought I'd throw a little shout out to Jason Wolford, and I'll have it go up against one of his favorites.
That's one of his favorites.
That's
right.
Pilsner and
Pilsner Quell. That's a solid beer right there.
Yeah,
We got
so
fight the finish there.
it
A
is.
tasty finish.
And I'm not really familiar with this. I'm not even sure if I've ever really had it, or maybe I've had it once, but I can't recall, so I don't know what I'm in for.
Nice.
I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
So while you're sampling those, let's go over to Mappyman and his PAX experience. He's showing us a beer that he's drinking, which you need to give it its full title.
I got to crack one before we begin. So I bought this for the cover. It's a Capi. Let's just call it a capybara. There's a capybara sitting inside of a watermelon. Apparently, this is a sour ghost beer. Brewed by Brazilian all-women brewers.
That's cool.
Product of the USA. I can't. Kimura Machota. I don't really know where this is brewed. It's one of those John's Market finds. You just you buy it for the cover.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Totally.
Marketing.
I'm getting a nice ASMR.
Yes.
I have a Sam Adams Oktoberfest. Is what I'm drinking on right now.
Ooh.
Nice.
I got my little buddy, the 3-way. I have one more left after this one. I've been treasuring these. It's hard to treasure these ones. That's just so good.
That reminds me, I've got 2 4-packs I need to plow through at some point, but not tonight.
Yeah.
So Tales of
No.
PAX, Mappy, did you go up on your own, or was there a crew of you? Or what was the deal?
I wasn't here for last year's, and they actually still had it in 2021. Very limited. The only major AAA studio was Bandai Namco, which had just a very, very sad, all by itself presentation of some anime game, but that was it. It was all independent.
No, like taiko drums or anything, like novelty controllers or anything like that.
No, just this very loud anime game of, you know how anime game goes.
Yes.
Just like,
Loud, obnoxious, yeah.
Ear annoying. So 2021 was kind of just, it was like a low year for PAX, low attendance. A lot of people were afraid to go. Things were still going on, and but I got to play a lot of independence. And in some way, PAX can be a lot for people who just want to like play a game here and there. You got to wait in line. You have PlayStation and Nintendo and all these big name groups, and you're just overwhelmed. So it gave me a chance to play some independent games, to talk to the developers. Rose City Games Portland was there, so I got to see Will and that crew.
Nice.
They were nice.
So it was a much more personal experience than a kind
absolutely,
of corporate
yeah.
experience.
And you weren't waiting at all. Like no lines were even. It wasn't even a factor in that year. So this year we were back to the line. Let's go. Let's get those 2-hour line is capped at 2 hours, guys. No more people waiting in line because we're maxed out. So all the big titles were there.
How long is the show open for then? If it's a maximum 2-hour line, how many games can you play in a day? If you spend 2 hours in each line,
you choose your battles. If you really want to play an Atlas Persona Tactics game, you'll go right to that booth, and that is basically like the most of your day. So if you want to play a SquareSoft game, you're gonna play it, but you're gonna miss out on the other developers. So you choose your
yeah. How long did you get to play for? Does it vary?
So I only did one day. Normally at PAX I'm there the whole weekend, but I only did a Saturday. This was the first year they had a separate separate convention center just for Nintendo Live. So this is where that Nintendo glaze runs strong, baby. This is
Nintendo's just dripping from the walls.
Just covered, just bukake Nintendo glaze everywhere. It was Nintendo fans' wet dream. Like, I'm not kidding. You went in that convention center, and it's Splatoon, it's Pikmin, it's the new Mario Wonder. You got a symphony orchestra playing Zelda Tears from the Kingdom.
Okay, that sounds kind of cool.
Reggie Fils-Aimé.
There's a full Animal Crossing world that you walk into. I know if Ian was here, he would just be laughing or shitting on everything I'm saying right now.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's probably best he's not.
It's like, just let Nintendo Live be a thing, because the worst part about the normal PAX is that Nintendo's always the most popular booth. All the kids want to see the newest Zelda or Mario game, and like you're not going to get any game time because of the families and the younger audiences will just go straight to Nintendo. They don't care about PlayStation or Final Fantasy. They just want to play like Mario and Kirby. So getting a pass to this was not easy. It required using your Nintendo Club points to get a possible 1 in 5,000 chance of getting a pass. And then you had to make sure you redeem that code by August 29th or it was invalid. Bring that QR code while logged into your Nintendo account to the event. But once you're in, Nintendo is not for kids as far as their inner workings go. It's always...
It's kind of like matchmaking on Nintendo Online.
Good luck finding any friend.
It's not easy.
Friend code.
It requires
so much work.
A lot of
it requires so much work, and Pierce had to meet some guy in the back alley, give him a handy, and
there was a discussion that
who are you?
There was a discussion that people were selling their Nintendo Live QR codes, and some people got a physical badge, but that badge didn't have a QR code. It was just a piece of plastic. And I think Little Terror found one that was for sale like $20,000.
What?
Come on!
Like someone was just like, I don't have that big of a heart on for Nintendo. No one should pay that much.
No.
Gosh, you could buy a Switch and like how many games for that kind of money?
Yeah, I know.
Every single game.
Are you really that desperate to just play them a few months ahead of when they come out and see what see the glaze? Gosh.
That said, Nintendo killed it. They did great, despite the lines. The inside of it was amazing. And if I've read this correctly, you don't have to have a PAX badge to go to the Nintendo Live event, which was like, oh my god! So we're splitting 2 game conventions apart that you can just go to Nintendo Live and only Nintendo Live, and that's your day.
Yeah. So if you don't have a badge for one or the other, you're screwed.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Nice. So, what was the most? What was the thing that stands out to you the most that you saw this weekend?
I saw on the Nintendo Live.
All of it
on PAX or Nintendo Live.
I feel like I went to 2 conventions. I feel like it was 2 completely different.
So, did you do a day at each, or is it? How did you?
No, he only did one day.
Oh, sorry, you only did one day. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I only did one day, but it goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday. But by then, the swag's all gone.
Yes.
Let's do a quick swag thing. Nintendo Live gave all kinds of pins
Oh, those are
for
cool.
Mario. I'm holding up a thing showing like a Mario Cappy Mario pins. It was a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom pin. They gave out gold coins, little activity books.
That's cool.
This was all free.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo was just they killed it
Doling
at this
out,
thing.
yeah.
Well, I got the money
Okay.
to do it, so
Yeah, absolutely. That was probably the best part of PAX. Like more than anything, PAX delivered Nintendo harder than any other company.
And you said this is the first year they split it?
They've never, Nintendo's always been a part of it. So, I mean, right next to PlayStation, right next to Sega, there's the Nintendo booth, which is it's just so astronomically crowded with families and younger
So it's
people
always
that you're
been
just
in
never gonna
one
play it.
center, and then this year is the first time Nintendo just were like, nope, we're too big. We need to be in a hall all by ourselves.
It's like TwitchCon, how
Pretty much.
Twitch got too big for PAX, that they're like, we're going to do our own convention. So they did the same thing.
Well,
Right.
Nintendo of America is still in Seattle, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like they have corporate
Redmond.
headquarters, all kinds of
That's
stuff
right,
up there.
yes.
So it's real easy for them to kind of centralize there. And
Mhm.
Xbox is
Sense,
still
yeah.
up that way.
yes.
Sony,
yeah.
I don't know where their American headquarters are,
Yeah.
but they're around.
All right. So I'll move on from Nintendo Live because that really was the greatest. The games were, as always, just you had the new Deskia from NIS. There was like a printy you could take a picture with. Tekken 8. So check out this swag. This is the dorkiest thing I got. It's a clear Tekken 8 fanny pack.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
fanny pack,
God.
baby. That's
What a
awesome.
dumb piece of swag to get, but I was laughing so hard. I'm like, really?
You know, that's
Did you wear it?
what's
at
funny
PAX?
is that's the second fanny pack I've seen this weekend.
They're back, baby.
Yeah,
Because of
they
it.
must be making a comeback.
Bucket
They
hats
are.
and fanny packs.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Tekken 8 looked fantastic. I played against someone and we both went like toe to toe. Xiao Yu versus Jack 8. I don't know. Do you guys play Tekken? Any Tekken?
Not for a long time. I
Yeah.
loved.
I
what
kind of
played
bowed
back
out
in
at
the day.
Wow.
Tekken 2.
I think Tekken Tag was the last I actually cared about. That was just the aspect of tagging in someone and having 2 life bars was really cool.
Yeah.
It's whatever the last one Ian had was. That's the one I played.
Whichever one,
Probably
whichever one I can
Tekken
button
5.
mash Eddie Gordo Capoeira on,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's it. I got so PAX was themed for VHS tapes. Thank you. The theme was like VHS style and 80s. So
That's
Really?
cool.
Limited Run Games made some limited cases. This is the River City
Oh, that's
Girl
awesome.
Zero
Oh, that's pretty
Wow.
in a
sweet, actually.
VHS looking style box.
That's dope.
That's
Um,
great.
And the artist for River City Girls were there too. So I got a nice autographed copy of
That's
that.
cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Several other companies. There's a Knights of the Old Republic VHS release from limited release.
Damn.
So if you
Um,
pull
they-
it out,
they
is
rock
it a
the theme.
VHS cassette with the cartridge in?
Yeah,
or
you
like
pull
what's
this
obviously
out of
like
wait. So check out this detail. I'm showing them how
I was gonna say,
inside
that's-
literally
Oh, it's
has
a-
a printed out VHS
Yeah.
tape, but it's just a Switch case inside of here.
oh, okay.
That's
Wow.
awesome. Okay.
How's that for limited run games? They killed it. They really
Yeah, they're
did
cool.
bring their A game. And
That's
I'm
dope.
not a huge limited run fan. Like I bought Celeste and didn't get it until a year and several months later. So I was kind of like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to buy a game and play it a year later. It's like,
Yeah, you're like I'll
already
buy
out.
it. I just only if it's something I don't need for the next couple of months, maybe.
yeah.
Right.
I don't know what else I have. There was Devolver was there. They had a kind of a movie theater setting. We're giving out like prizes. Their booth was impressive, but nothing. I didn't see any games I would really love. Gunbrella was one they were working on. You can play all these demos. Wizard with a Gun, Pepper Grinder.
With the gun.
Oh, the people who made Untitled Goose Game have a new game out called Thank Goodness You're Here. It's just a weird. If you played Untitled
Awesome.
Goose Game, you can assume it's just going to be like wild and weird.
I mean, by the namesake, thank goodness you're here. That's definitely an odd title. I'm just
A
throwing that
step
out
up
there.
from untitled Goose Game. Which...
Yeah, much better title.
Was there anything you saw at the show that you were like, this does not belong here, or this is the worst thing I've ever seen?
DoorDash.
Okay.
DoorDash Dash Pass was printing out T-shirts, and I was like, you know, why not? Why not? I'm not a big DoorDasher. I don't really have it, used it, but I was like, sure, free shirt. I got Mappyman on mine, and my friend got the word cunt. They were like, that's fine. They did not care. You could put any 12 characters you want on a shirt. Like, cunt.
What?
I'm going to wear this shirt.
Does it have the DoorDash logo on it?
Yes. It has a DoorDash logo and a pizza, and it just says cunt on it.
Oh my god.
Somehow Dash Pass is like, there's DoorDash gaming. I'm completely, it's over my head on what the hell DoorDash
what
does
exactly
with
they're doing, but yeah.
Sounds like a new mobile minute.
No, I'm not gonna dash to that door. Thank you very
out
much.
of that door.
Yes.
Dash
Get
in
the
the
new-
old
Oh, come on. You did Postmates, though, didn't you, Aaron?
I did. but that was
That's in the past.
Mhm.
yeah, not a fan of. I didn't like doing that, but that's another story for another day.
So, Scott, did you see anything that you hadn't heard anything about, but that got you really excited about it? Like a game you'd not seen or heard anything about, but when you saw it, you were like, wow, looks something to watch out for.
World of Horror. It's PC only right now, but it's finally coming to consoles. If you follow, there's a horror manga artist, Junji Ito, who draws like really weird spiral faces and just absolutely grotesque art. And it's highly inspired by that, but it's going to get a console release later this year. It's freakish. Now, we're not talking like monsters. We're talking like grotesque humans and entrails and stuff, like a different level of horror.
Yeah.
But it's black and white, so the game has that manga, black and white comic book kind of feel to it. It's freaky.
Nice.
Interesting.
And was there much VR presence at
Very
PAX?
little. I think the game title is called I Want You to Die 3. And I think that had like a VR presence, but not really.
So
like,
you've
I'm
got
not
to make
seeing
it through the
any-
first two before you get to the sequel.
Yeah, I guess you don't die in 1 and 2. Spoiler alert.
Huh.
Oh, well.
That's funny.
No,
So-
I'm looking through
I
my
just gotta
notes.
say-
Yeah.
I just gotta say something. I noticed that the Western culture and Eastern culture games have like completely different names for their games. I mean, in America, the Western culture itself is like God of War, Prince of Persia, Mass Effect. The Eastern is like, I Want You to Die, I Want You to Die 3, Work Time Fun, which has a little anagram of WTF. It's like, what is going on here? Definitely, I just had to say a little side note. I noticed that throughout the years, versus like different cultures of how they name their games. Like we have to have profound names for our games, but there's like, it's random words work together. Oh yeah,
Here's
thank
some
goodness
weird
you're here.
soup for our game title.
Exactly. It's something I've noticed lately, and it
Anime's
kind of
the
really
worst,
rang bell.
though. Anime games, they
Yes.
try to be as long as possible. They're not titles, they're full-on sentences.
Yeah.
Paragraphs,
They-
actually, but go on.
Paragraphs.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I
a
got
lot of
book
times they just
review.
don't make any
I
sense.
got reincarnated as a vending machine, and now I'm a princess, and this is my life. Yes.
Yeah. Or the ones that have
Yes.
re
Oh, is that your life
colon
story?
birth.
That's not a game name.
Yes.
like a lot of those.
Oh yes,
Rebirth.
Yes. I'm not slamming any cultures or anything. Don't anybody listen to the other part of the world. I love you guys for your games and stuff, but work on your titles. Work on your titles, please.
So, Scott, in this post-pandemic world, do you still feel like conventions, because with like E3 pretty much being shut down, what was it, this year or last year that they finally like shut down because pretty much all the big game developers and consoles are getting out of it and doing their own thing. So do you feel certain conventions work better than others, or do you feel like conventions in general are coming back from post-pandemic?
We lost a PAX. There was actually covered that in 2019. I came back from the one in Texas. They lost it. They lost an entire branch, PAX South, because like they couldn't hold up a full year of not having their convention. So yeah, unfortunately, it's like taken a toll on a few. And I didn't see. I don't think PlayStation was there this year. I think they dropped out, so they did lose a couple of big studios. But I mean, if we focus on the independents, like there's so much indie dev gamers out there, like giving them their space, I think that'll keep it going. Like these are people who it's like a one-man team or like 2 or 3 at the most, and it's like they can finally get their shot in the gaming world.
But you think conventions, video game conventions, are a great way to advertise or publicize games, or should it be more switched to like a music festival where it's like an event to celebrate games rather than to act as advertising?
I like the one-on-one. I like being able to talk to the devs, if that's what you're asking. Like you
It
can
is nice.
interact and actually ask questions. They want feedback. They want to give you a beta key and have an early tester. Like, please tell me what needs to be fixed or what bugs you find. And you're not going to get that from just like playing a game and having no interaction. Like, yeah. I came home with like a stack of QR codes and like business cards, just like,
Nice.
okay, wish list, early beta, redeem this code. I think I got a 6-month trial of GeForce Now, which I had to ask Ian what the hell this is. Like, what did I just get 6 months of? Some kind of weird streaming service or whatever.
Huh.
I would have never heard
works
of it.
really well.
Would have never known DoorDash has a gaming branch. Like,
Yeah.
So do you
Yeah.
have
That's
any
new on me.
recommendations for anyone who's considering going to PAX, or like, you know, a first timer at PAX? Is there something you should avoid, or is there any tips and tricks to get the most out of your visit, that kind of stuff?
I have like a prep, like bring food and water. The worst part about this is, guess what? You're going to get hungry after standing in line and walking the show floor for so long and having to leave the convention center, go get food, eat with like a huge line of people because it's crowded, and then come back. You've lost 2.5 hours of like potential games. So just like bring a snack. I mean, I had 2 friends that are like, we're going to go eat. And then they're like, oh, now we're tired. Like, you just paid like $60 and you're just going to like waste it. So
put your gamer hat on, pretend you're going to play Call of Duty for the next 10 hours, have your supplies in the bag next to you, and be ready to go.
Oh my God, they had Call of Duty Mobile, and it was like, you get a t-shirt if your team wins, but I'm like, I can't bring myself to play Call of Duty Mobile. I'm not even going to try it. Like, I could just not have a Call of Duty Mobile t-shirt. I will never wear it. It's
So I haven't been to PAX since 2009, and that's when the Nintendo DS was huge, and they had like a super chill zone with bean bags where you can hang out and play games together and stuff like that. Do they still have that kind of feeling? There's
a beer garden. Voodoo Ranger is a sponsor, and they had a full rooftop deck where you could chill. Grab a beer, grab some snacks. They had the bean bags were back.
Okay,
I think AT&T actually supported that like it was like free Wi-Fi, bean bags. You can just like hydrate, get some water. I love that they encourage that. Like, take a moment. Like,
why would you hydrate in a beer garden? That just seems wrong.
Well, hydrate with beer, Dave.
Little liquid Voodoo Ranger.
Yeah, a little Voodoo Ranger. I was going to use that as a nice.
If you guys went to Retro Game Expo, I'm not sure if you went last year, but they had Nintendo Power art, like the original art.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, that was cool.
They had even more, and they didn't say what, but I told them, yeah, I'm going to be at Retro Game Expo. It's going to be good to see you guys. They're like, we can't say the name, but if he's going to be, I'm like, okay, this is like big, because they were hyping it up. Like, it's going to be a really good Nintendo Power year. I hope to see all you guys there in October.
Yeah, we'll be there on Sunday.
Go the whole weekend.
Just go. I got kids, man. I got kids.
I have a daughter.
I'm gonna bring my oldest. Yeah, she'll be there for the first time.
I may or may not be involved in the stand there, so I don't know if I'll go with you guys.
Yeah, but Nintendo Power, they brought like some really cool stuff, old models, old clay figures,
cool,
original comics.
Yeah, that was
and stuff.
really cool last year.
It was every single page I looked at. I'm like, I had this issue. I like remember seeing in the Final Fantasy 2 cover, Final Fantasy 4, and like that's the original pencil and paper sketch.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't
awesome.
a Nintendo guy, but I just remember like some of those covers. Yeah, I remember seeing them all the time.
They're pretty good. Some of them.
Yeah.
They even
I
had
just
a
loved all the
mascot
maps
Mario.
they have. It'd be cool
Oh,
just to have a
yeah,
wall of
old
all the
maps.
maps that they had in the different magazines.
Yeah.
Those were really
Or the
cool.
strategy guides.
Yeah, that's some cool stuff.
Yeah, they had their room. There was a mini arcade. There was the Super Monkey Ball with a physical banana controller.
Oh, funny.
That's kind of cool.
It was like you didn't have to be at the convention center floor the whole time. You could have gone to the panel rooms. I'm sure. Oh, Reggie Phil's or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't go to his thing. Oh, but I did run into the
Because his body wasn't ready.
his body's always ready. My
It's
body
just
is
the
ready.
mind is weak.
Girlfriend reviews. I ran into
awesome.
Matt and I forgot the girl, Shelby.
Yeah.
And just randomly ran to them. I'm like, your editing is so awesome. You guys are
love their
hilarious.
channel.
Like, keep doing what you're doing. They're like, oh, that's really cool. Like, interacting with them, even for like the minute and a half I talked to them, they're so nice. And
I've recommended them on this podcast.
I think you turned me on to them, Jared.
Yeah.
I think you were like one of the first to like bring them up.
Cool.
Yeah. That's as far as like celebrities. I think that was the only one I ran into. I didn't get to go to any of the discussion panels, but I'm sure
there
was enough to.
But I think we've probably had enough about PAX. Let's move over to Lord Beerstro.
I was going to say, someone mentioned Beer Garden. I saw the ears go poof. And
it's
obviously
this is like the fourth can of Sapporo you've drank on the show, so we probably don't need to talk about that very much.
No, not really, but
yeah. All right, so that's going well.
Yeah,
I'm drinking a Sapporo right now as well.
Yeah, I saw you pull it out of your fridge earlier, but no, this is kind of an interesting beer. I mean, when you excuse me, your first drink of it, it's like you don't. It's like a delayed reaction before you actually start tasting some stuff, and it's kind of a little hoppy bitterness, a little bit more so than I guess the typical pilsners that I'm usually subjected to. So that was kind of nice, but I mean, it didn't linger afterward. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I think I like it.
I remember when I had it. It was pretty easy going, pretty clean stuff.
But I'm not quite sure. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, guys.
No,
or Aaron.
It's your segment. You talk over us.
Well, I know. Well, no. I was just gonna say I don't know if one concern I always have when I have like a import, if it's an actual import or if it's just an import name that is now. Yes.
Yeah.
And I actually thought this was a Miller Coors brand, but it's not. It's actually owned by some other company that I was looking, did a little bit of research, but it doesn't look like it's actually brewed here, so that's good.
Hey,
but
there's a win.
I still think it might still be brewed in the Czech Republic, so that's good. So at least it's a little bit more authentic. Especially at 4.4, it's got a lot of flavor to it too.
Nice.
So I mean, good beer.
I remember having it on tap and in bottle at Jason's place when we were talking about it, and I really enjoyed that one. I never had it before up until that point. It took a while, but then our good buddy had it on tap at his kegerator when he still lived stateside, and that was
and still worked for the distributor that had it. So
that helped.
Yeah, back when he was working in the draft department. So I mean, it was just like a hop, skip, and a jump to the little breakage room to
get first dibs. Like, there was a beer festival this weekend, and they drank 2 pints out of the keg, and obviously you can't sell the keg once 2 pints have been drunk out. So I got this keg of this great beer.
Pretty much.
Hell yeah.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Well, and now he actually lives like pretty much a hop and a skip away now from the original place it's brewed in, potentially. Because remember, Finland's not that far from Czech Republic, but anyway.
So, Aaron.
Yes.
Just a train
do you
ride
have
away.
a minute that could be mobile, or has life got ahead of you this week?
I have something. I do actually.
Do we need to get the timer out in the question
list?
I
need to pull the timer. I haven't had to pull the timer out for a long time.
Oh, even John's running off to go.
Yeah.
Wow. We got to dust off the questions and the timer.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to get
the... still have them?
This is my fumble, but I'm going to give it a crack.
Blow the dust off those scrolls, John.
It's not Call of Duty Mobile, is it?
No, I didn't even know that existed.
Guys, I have the question. That's in my notes too. I have the question.
I think it might have even been expanded a little bit because Aaron was running close up to getting all the questions answered in 60 seconds.
You got through some curveballs in there.
Yeah, so
this is my fumble, but I'll give it a crack.
Okay, do you want to do the question, Scott?
I got him here. Yeah, I mean, does he skip around, or are we going in the same order?
Scott can just take over.
You can make it as fun as you want. You can switch it around.
Just give JPK a heads up on the last question so he can bring the extra questions in, because I mean, Aaron's got this down by now.
Tell you what, I'll do first 10, and then you do the second. I don't know.
All right, you go when you're ready, and I'll hit play on my timer.
3, 2, 1.
Point.
Name of the game.
DC Heroes and Villains.
Who's the developer?
Pass. I don't know.
How did you find out about this game?
Just scrolling around on Instagram.
What type of game is this?
Puzzle.
Is there multiplayer?
No.
What's the control scheme?
Portrait.
Did you beat it?
No.
How long did you play it?
Still playing it.
All right. What did you like about the game?
The characters in itself. It's DC Heroes and Villains.
Who would like it other than you in a podcast?
I'd say probably Jared out of all people.
Microtransactions?
Yes.
Milkman or Son of Milkman, go.
JPK. 1 out of 5 rating.
4.
Ooh.
Beginner friendly?
Yes.
Skill base?
Little. Easy.
And that is everything, boys and girls. There we go.
Nice job, Aaron.
Yeah. I haven't heard you skip one in a while, not knowing the developer.
Pass, yeah.
And
that's a biggie right there.
I usually can figure it out, but it's hard to find the developer for this game. It's usually right in, like, when you download it, it says it right at the top. There's nothing
first screen when you boot it up is like poop.
Yep, exactly. Usually it has like a list of them at the bottom. It's like nothing there.
DC Heroes and Villains is what it says. Ludia Incorporated. Never heard of them.
Nope.
No.
Ludia.
It's a very new game too. It's like 2020. I think it came out just this year or last year. I can't remember which. It's very new.
Huh.
Or looks very new to me anyway. But I also said the same thing about the other game I'm still playing. It's been around since 2013.
Aaron, are you going to play Call of Duty Mobile?
Yeah, he's all over that. He's on that so hard.
I'm on it so hard. I'm not going to be on it at all.
No.
He broke his phone. He was on it that hard.
Yeah.
And the crack is in here to prove it. It's at the bottom left. It's kind of invisible, but it's there.
Oh, man.
Oh,
that bullet came awful close.
Yeah.
It got too real.
Shit.
That was bad.
Well, should we move on to the main topic, which is probably a limited number of us have some discussions on it, but Starfield first impressions.
Ooh.
So, who has played it, and what systems have they played it on?
I have played it on my PC and my Xbox Series S.
I think it's only Xbox exclusive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Game
Xbox
Pass,
PC, yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, that's right, PC.
Yeah. So I mean, if you have a laptop or whatever, or even your phone, you could subscribe to Game Pass and stream it on your phone.
Does it run well?
I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can play it. What?
Okay.
Does it run well?
I'm picturing
on your
Starfield
PC?
on like a tiny little screen like this, like playing
yeah,
Starfield.
Yeah, if you want to, or if you have a tablet or something.
So
like
Starfield, Aaron's Mobile Minute is what you're saying.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I
Lord.
could give you a code to. I can share my Game Pass, and you could try it out, Aaron.
Oh, okay.
So what are the
Yeah,
specs on
but-
your PC, and does it run acceptably on it? And which
So-
Xbox model do you run it on?
I'm very surprised that it runs on my PC, because my PC is probably almost the power of a PS4.
Yep.
I have a video card from like 2016. I have a CPU from probably 2018. I have 16 gigs of RAM and an SSD, which is required essentially to play the game. But it runs like mostly at a solid, anywhere between 60 and 45 frames a second on my PC, with kind of potato graphics, but it still looks really decent. It takes a little while to render some of the details, like the sky and stuff like that, but still, it works pretty well. I didn't think it'd actually run on my PC, so I was hesitant to even download it.
So it's not spoiling your enjoyment of the game, in
No.
other words.
I think I've played it more on my PC than my Xbox, because I can hide in my garage. So
get away from the family.
And the nice thing with it is that your save file syncs with the Xbox network, so I can just jump into my living room and continue where I was.
Does it look better on your PC or the Xbox?
On my Xbox, yeah, it looks great on my Xbox Series S. It runs really well.
I hope it would.
As everybody that is interested in knows, it runs at 30 frames per second on the Xbox. It's locked or capped at 30 frames a second, and it looks just fine. Like these days, 30 frames per second seems a lot smoother than it did once upon a time.
Yeah,
I don't know, just something with how they render it. It just seems a lot smoother. So it's not really a big deal. It really isn't.
The tech is there, so it makes perfect sense.
I mean, if on fast like shooter games like Destiny and stuff like that, 60 frames per second will make all the difference. But this isn't like a super hyper shooter game. You do a lot of shooting and stuff like that, but it's not like in your face, jumping around, running around. You have to be quick on your toes. So 30 frames per second, I find to be completely acceptable.
So how many hours are you in right now?
About 5-6 hours, something like that. So I haven't had a huge chance to play it, but I'm kind of trying to do as much of the main story parts right now, so I can collect all the things that the story is trying to get you to collect. Because I'm interested in what that is and the characters surrounding it.
Choose as your 2 perks for your character. Like I know you can choose like family and.
I didn't choose any. It's optional.
Oh,
because the problem is that they're perks, but they
have drawbacks.
They all have drawbacks.
Yeah, you can choose
like in most games,
number 1 fan, can't you? That follows you around and is on your crew. I've seen some stuff like that.
Yeah, so I was lame. I didn't do that. I'm actually playing it on normal, and I didn't put it on easy like a lot of times I would, just to blast through a game, because I actually want to just kind of take in the world and feel it out. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to feel it out because a lot of like the travel and stuff like that, you just kind of like go to the map and you spend a lot of time on the map just figuring out where to go. And they actually did make that pretty easy, because you can just like go to the quest you're on and plot a course to it, and bam, it'll zip you there. And it's pretty simple. You can fly your ship and do stuff like that in space, but not on the planet. There's no vehicles on the planets. Yeah, I can fly into Uranus if you really want me to. And
I'm glad I didn't know that one.
No, but visiting, like you can visit Sol, our sun, our solar system, and go on the moon, look at Earth from the moon and stuff like that. It looks really cool.
Am I reading the rumors correct that they AI generated parts of, like, you can literally land anywhere on a planet, and because it's so massive, they actually had AI kind of generate parts of it?
I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, the planets don't seem super varied or anything like that.
That's what
There's
I read.
Like certain landmarks.
They scripted like a few hundred and then AI the like rest of it. If you know what I mean.
I wouldn't doubt like it's automatically generated. I don't know specifically about AI or anything like that, because that kind of technology came way late in their development.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, because No Man's Sky kind of did that AI generation thing perfectly.
I wouldn't be against it or surprised about it, because that's a lot of information to gather.
Big planet.
You can't land anywhere. You can't select like this one spot. You have to. There's like destinations that you select, or your base or whatever. So I mean, it is in some way scripted. because you land and you can scan the area for whatever destination and run towards it. And that's kind of the annoying part right now, because I'm always getting encumbered and stuff like that. So you can't sprint for a long time. It's one of their games, so you're going to be encumbered because you're wanting to pick up cool shit, and you want to, eventually sell it or just keep it in your collection somehow. But they don't have really solid like storage options or anything like that yet.
That is one thing.
I bet they'll put something
encumbered. Basically, if you were playing Skyrim and you're encumbered, you move like a snail. Whereas this one, it lowers health if you're over.
No, what it does is you run out of oxygen really fast.
There you go. Yeah.
And like when you're running, just like not clicking the L3 to sprint, but when you're running, just holding the joystick all the way up, you lose oxygen. And if you lose all your oxygen, then too much CO2 gets pumped into your suit. And if that meter goes all the way up, then you start losing health.
So don't be a pack rat. You can leave that empty can of...
You can still, because you regenerate your oxygen, your suit automatically does that. You just have to just walk, let off on the joystick a little bit or stand still or something like that. So it's not as burdensome as Skyrim, but you can't fast travel back to your ship or anything like that. So you have to walk through whatever the hell you were doing. This game really depends a lot on fast travel. They made it so you can like, oh, hey, I got the thing down at the bottom of the cave. Boom, fast travel back to my ship. So it's super quick and easy. You can be in and out of somewhere as quick as you want to be. So it's pretty intuitive in that aspect. I think it's a solid game. I'm enjoying it a lot. I like the companions, the conversations that I've had with them.
Has it sucked you in yet? Do you find yourself thinking about it when you're not playing the game and thinking about what you're going to do when you get to play the game?
I always think that I want to play it more.
Good.
So it's on my mind that's the game I'm playing. Like my PlayStation, I turn on to play with my daughters, and my Xbox, or my PC, I'm just like I want to go and play Starfield. So I'm invested. I like it. I want to see where it goes and see what I can get out of it, because I don't know what I want out of it yet, because I've only put 5 hours into it, because there's so much. You can't just like go do everything, otherwise you'll never do anything. If you know what I mean there.
Oh man,
it's really hard to stay focused. Like Skyrim, it had a lot of quests, but this, you're like walking by somebody and they'll start blabbing about something, and boom, you have a quest. Oh, go check this thing out. So you're just getting loaded with quests. There's so much stuff to do, a lot of activities, a lot of stuff you can do. So
speaking of playing it a lot, I'm looking at some. I haven't physically played it, but I've sat in the room and watched my room played it. I'm looking at his time played. 1 day, 8 hours and 53 minutes, and he's literally playing right now in the living room. 1 day and 8 hours is his game time. So he's invested. Yeah. He also restarted the game. He first started playing it, sucked at it, got mad at it, said like, ammo is limited. I keep running out of ammo.
Is the worst game ever.
I fly around. I get shot down in space. But he restarted the game.
Space battles are fun.
Space battles are fun if you know what you're doing.
So you talk about ammo, and it is game. What, Aaron?
That's any space battle game, really. You gotta know what the fuck you're doing getting into it. Or you're gonna lose.
Course.
Going guns
of
to
course.
Them, yeah.
Yep. Well, because just back on what Aaron was saying is like space, and when you're in the space, you actually have to manage power systems. Mm-hmm. So you use the D-pad to move over to like your warp drive or your shields or your lasers or your missiles, and you have to balance them out in a way that you're using them.
Exactly.
So you have to think about those tactics. So if you're not thinking about that, you're going to lose real quick. Mm-hmm. But I had a lot of fun with it once I got the hang of that. It's really cool. But then I tried warping somewhere. It's like, oh, you don't have any power to your warp drive. Oh shit. Okay, down it on my lasers, take my shields down a little bit, and boost up my warp drive.
And Bethesda's not really known for vehicles, so this is kind of a new venture. It's always been on foot, not flying or. Yeah,
very true.
It feels good to fly the spaceships. The space battles felt pretty good. Like a lot of space battles, I find like in No Man's Sky and stuff like that, you're just flying around in circles trying to chase whoever. I don't find those space battles super fun. I think they've retooled that a lot since last I tried, so I have to try that in No Man's Sky. But this one, I felt like they were in front of me a lot more than normal. I'm not just flying around in circles trying to get them, and swing one missile at them and boom, hit them, and you're fighting for more minutes than you want to. So it was more fun and engaging than a lot of space battle games that I've played.
Do a barrel roll.
That. Yep. But going back to what I was mentioning earlier is ammo. I wish they did it like Mass Effect. That's the one big take on that is if Mass Effect had one type of ammo for all weapons, since they were all energy based.
I'm playing.
But this has several different types of weapons, all of which take different ammo types.
I have a shotgun. I walk over a shotgun.
Yes.
It's not happening. You now have 2 shotguns.
Yeah.
And you gotta like ammo. Yeah. Inventory management is a core of the game.
Yeah.
It's almost too much inventory.
Sounds like
you'll be cycling through your weapons and stuff like that. I mean, luckily you can favorite your weapons and your D-pad. You can save up to like 9 different or 12 different objects as usables or weapons or whatever on your D-pad. So that is nice to be able to quick select. And half the time I'm in there, oh, no ammo on that one. Oh, shit, this used the same ammo as this one. I'm out of ammo for that one, too. Oh, here's my shotgun. Yeah, I have 100 ammo for that.
Shots.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it do the thing where you try and reload it 2 or 3 times before you realize you don't have any ammo for the weapon?
It just doesn't let you reload it. Thankfully, it doesn't give you hope.
Does the ammo have weight?
No, thankfully, the ammo does not have weight. So anytime you see a box that says ammo box, you're going to raid it. You look at every enemy you kill to loot the ammo and the credits. And leave most of everything else.
Any use to like whacking someone with a wrench or hammer? It almost seems like they don't want you to use melee weapons.
Oh, I use my axe all the time, man. I love just running up and smashing people with axes. I'm out of ammo or something. I'm like, I got my axe, motherfuckers. I'm gonna slot you down. So the game's a lot of fun. The battles are fun. I'm up punching dudes in the face. I'm swinging my axe at them because I don't have any ammo to use. So I'm just,
are you gonna mod it?
Running up, having fun.
Do you think you'll mod it?
Oh, on Steam you can.
The recent mod I heard is that the flashlight, the beam sent off by the flashlight has been modded, and they can put whatever picture they want in that circle. They put Nicolas Cage's face, so you're doing a little flashlight beam with like Nick Cage. Like the modding community was so quick to like, let's just go stupid with it. You got Ian's actually really surprised how quick the modding teams got on like really diving into this. So he thinks he's going to play it earlier than he expected because the modding teams are so hot on this right now. A Futanari lady.
Yeah, so all that dirty stuff's going to come out.
The mod teams have just been sat there waiting for a new game to mod. I mean, they've got to have. At this point,
their tentacles are all over those keyboards.
They've
got
just
to
have
done
everything they wanted to do for the previous ones.
I think the flashlight was discovered because they just found a blank canvas. It was just like a completely voided color, and they're like, "Oh, we can put whatever we want in this round circle projected by a flashlight." And now it's like, go
That's
nuts.
Funny. Yeah, but final thoughts of my early thoughts is I want more. I'm enjoying it. A lot of people say it's boring. I can understand that. It's not like in your face, crazy big action explosion scenes and stuff like that. But it leaves a lot of that mystery and stuff through the story and the characters that you're talking to. And as you guys know, I like story a lot and characters and stuff.
Right.
Similar to Mass Effect in that way. And this is the closest thing we've gotten in a while to something really cool.
Do you feel that this is like when Xbox talks about first party exclusives, this is really what they need to be doing, this kind of game?
Yes. They haven't had a hit like this in a long time.
Yeah.
This is what they needed. I don't know if it'll be enough to reinvigorate.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Is it? It's like, what's the next game in the next 6 months, year, 2 years to?
And there's people that have PCs way more powerful than mine that are having troubles running them because they're trying to boost it up to the high settings.
Yeah.
And, all that stuff. But I just have a 1080p monitor. I have a very, very old system with an old graphics card. I mean, it was like a top of the line 1080p graphics card back in the day, but I'm running it now, and Starfield still is fun to play, is smooth, and runs great. It loads fast once it's installed and gets all the shaders ran after your first installation or first running of it, and it's pretty zippy. I'm not like sitting around. What?
Is it a big install, or is it?
Yeah, it's like 110 gigs or something like that.
Okay.
It's a big game.
So go away and have a meal and a cup of coffee while you download it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a game, the modern game, so it's gonna take up space.
Really for a modern game.
Yeah, modern game equals lots. But yeah, I mean, if you're curious, just subscribe or get you can get a Game Pass subscription for like 7 days or something like that. I mean, I could give any one of you guys, I think I have like 6 free passes that I can just throw at you guys if you're interested, kind of thing.
Okay.
No, Mappyman's like making the happy hands.
He
doesn't need any more free passes. Yeah. He's been to PAX. He's got more than enough.
I'm so short on games, y'all. The library cut me off at 5. They won't let me rent more than 5 at a time.
Oh man,
how many games have you got from the library in the last year?
The 5 in, 5 out.
Yeah. Do you have a Series S or an X, Scott?
The disc-based, so I can do library games on the Xbox.
Okay, you have an X, yeah.
Yeah. If I get a PlayStation 5, same thing, disc. Yeah. Just specifically because I can do library games.
Yeah, I must admit, I was really disappointed when I learned Baldur's Gate is a digital-only release. I was actually gonna buy it.
Oh wow!
And it's digital only, or at least for now.
I didn't know it was digital only.
No, I hadn't seen anything, and I was like, it was release day, and I was like, oh, maybe I should pick up a copy. I've got plenty of bottle deposit money, and I really enjoyed the last Baldur's Gate. And then I was like,
20 years ago?
It's digital only. Yeah, I've got them all on the Xbox.
Yeah.
No, they were really good, but I was really disappointed it was digital only. So.
I played them on my PC back when they first came out. I don't think I ever finished one of them, but I loved what I played of them.
Baldur's Gate 1 was 7 floppy discs.
Yeah, it was a lot of floppies.
I remember one of 7.
Dark Alliance on the Xbox.
Yeah.
It was great because you could play 2-player co-op. So.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I have one more question for Jared.
Yeah, of course.
Any cool little Bethesda glitches at all?
Oh, that's why I've been trying to figure out too.
No. Oddly enough, I have not bumped into one of those. Not even on the PC, which I expected more off of my PC because it's an old PC, and I thought stuff just wouldn't run or flash weird or something like that. I mean, I guess the closest thing is my sky didn't render, so it's just a white sky for a while, and then I looked down and looked up again, and it was there. But that was probably just a PC thing.
The glitch I found was middle of a conversation. The lady is, and I'm kind of holding my hands out, and she was floating in the air during the cutscene cinema. And after the cinema, she was still in the air, and I'm like, I'm just gonna play around with this. So I kind of circled around her. I squatted, and then she squatted to match my height. So it was almost like she was playing a little match game. That's funny. Very minuscule compared to the glitches of walking through walls. But it was this is on a console. This isn't the PC version. And it just didn't know how to handle my height and her height.
That's funny.
I screenshotted it though, so it is captured as found one.
Yeah. I mean, the only weird thing is there's the artifact that you're all trying to find all the pieces of, and you put the artifact on the pedestal that you're supposed to put the artifact on, and then they start talking. So you're right there. So it's the artifact is spinning through you and the characters around you because they're so close to it. So it looks kind of weird, but that's about it. I think that's nothing super weird or funny. It's just kind of goofy.
And knowing Bethesda, they'll be so what?
So yeah, we got it running on your damn system.
Was gonna happen?
Yeah, your 2016 PC.
Yeah.
That was.
I was really surprised it runs on this PC, and it looks fine. I threw a picture in the Discord, and that was from my PC. I mean, it's from my phone onto a Discord. And,
I think it's because a lot of people,
it was a video game.
People want to run at 4K. I mean, on modern systems, or at least 1440.
Yeah, of course.
And so that's just a lot more horsepower, but you forget.
I'm not going to buy a 4K monitor because I don't have a computer that'll run 4K. So there we go. No. Yeah, maybe upgrade your PC if you're having troubles running this. If I can run it at 1080p just fine on my old PC, you'll be fine. Just lower the settings. It's okay. It's all right.
You forget the other thing we've got going for us is we all need glasses anyway, so it's like 4K. It doesn't do us that much good.
Yeah. It's funny.
Jared, have you modeled your starship after anything?
I haven't earned enough resources to even do anything like that.
You can customize a room. You basically have like a blank canvas of a room, and my roommate was adding
Jared's Love Den
like biohazard posters and fish bowls, and we wanted to go like goofball on it, but it was like it almost reminded me of PlayStation Home. If anyone did the like little decoration in that, because you have you can like craft. You're crafting posters that say like biohazard and stuff. Craft a fish tank or just a couch or something.
I've only been to that room once.
It's not necessary. It has no play on the story of the game.
Nothing.
Just let's have fun. Let's give them like a whole little sandbox to play in.
Yeah, I went there because they wanted me to, and that's the only time I've been there.
Did you put like a chair to sit down and at least like no costume?
No. I didn't know I could customize it. I went there and I left. I'm like, oh, what?
Don't worry. After a day and 8 hours, you're probably gonna want to go back.
Yeah. I don't know. You don't have to sleep in the game. You don't get like encumbered because you're tired. So they didn't add that realism or anything like that.
No sleep, Jared.
Darn.
No sleep.
I just got a no sleep. Yeah. Might go visit Brooklyn.
30-minute nap, fully healed.
I think you should use Mappyman's PAX tips. You need to get on that tonight. You need plenty of snacks, plenty of hydration. Don't sleep. Go.
Eat an apple.
Yeah.
Well, every building you go into, you want to raid the kitchen for all the things that heal your health. You do. You're grabbing all the oranges, all the meal packs.
You grab as much food because food does such a small amount. Like it's like a 2%
like 3
health heal, and you just ate like a turkey dinner.
It's so dumb. But I don't think you get sick. You could just like eat 4 truckloads of food and you're fine.
The buffet line at Golden Corral, 10% health increase.
All you can eat buffet.
Yeah.
When you guys brought up food, is there like a realism or a hardcore mode for this? Kind of like the Fallouts of the past, where you have kind of like a vanilla playthrough, but then you also have a different mode that you can play where actually having to eat and sleep actually factors into the overall health of your character.
Well, I honestly haven't heard anybody talk about that.
No.
And I didn't look at what the harder difficulty had. I just left it on normal and didn't look at the other difficulties, honestly.
So you were on the I want to enjoy this game level.
Yeah. I mean, I usually, like on adventure and action games like this, I won't play it on a harder difficulty. The only ones I really ever do hard difficulties are like action platformer games and games that don't let you change difficulty. But on games like this, I'll go normal and easy.
All it changes is the damage inflicted and the frequency of legendary enemy encounters. So it's just going to be like a Mass Effect, like you just one-shot kill probably.
Yeah, and there's enemies that what they're talking about, legendary ones. They don't really have shields per se, but they have like 3 health bars, essentially, is what that is. It's like 3 nodules. You'll lower the health, 1 disappears. That kind of thing. But they don't actively have like a armor and like a shield system in this game, from what I can tell. I haven't seen like a some type of weird elemental shield. It's just, here's human dudes from different planets doing human stuff.
Oh yeah, there's no hate.
You shoot them with their human armor.
Yeah,
I haven't seen one alien, which is the biggest disappointment. Like I
goofy
really hope
looking
there's
animals,
something.
but I wouldn't consider that aliens. They were just talking like weird rhinoceros almost looking creatures that roam the planet. Yeah,
when I think sci-fi epic game, I'm thinking different races.
Yeah,
there's got to be something.
They don't even have blue humanoids.
I don't think there is anything like that. I haven't heard anybody talk about that. It's just human dudes.
There's no blue people or people with pointy ears or like,
no
prosthetics, like
I don't think there is anything
foreheads,
like
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, nobody with an anus on their
basically
forehead.
something you'd see on Star Trek.
Exactly, yeah. They didn't even go Star Trek level.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think there's any of that. It's just a bunch of humans from Earth that had to spread eventually, and now they're on every system, is all I can tell. But
also,
again,
Earth
I'm only
is
5 hours in.
Earth is it's like, I don't know. That's not too much of a spoiler. Earth just isn't Earth. There's like a whole thing that wiped out the planet. It's just kind of a desolate planet, and I don't know. Jared, do you remember that? Did you get into the Earth?
No, not really, no. But okay. I mean, the game takes place in what, 2300s or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah, a few hundred years in the future.
I'm looking forward to actually landing on like the future Earth and seeing if there's any notable landmarks and stuff. But I mean, the planet was wiped out.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Right.
Yeah, I should do that. Yeah, maybe tonight I'll jump on and
so far
check Earth out.
So far, is it like middling recommend or a big thumbs up?
Yeah. I mean, right now it's maybe not all the way thumbs up, but it's up there. It's
a definite
sideways.
You should try it and see
middle.
If you like it. Kind of. It may not be for you, but it's a good game.
If you're into Skyrim and you want Skyrim in space, it delivers hard.
Skyrim in space.
I mean, I always heard Fallout in space.
So a button I didn't think it'd be as useful as it is the button to change your camera view, because you can switch between third and first person on a whim.
Yeah.
And you do want that, because when you're in a building, third person is a little clumsy. So switching to first person works really well. And even in battles and stuff like that, I think first person just works better. It's almost like the shooting was developed around first person, but you can do it third person if you want, and it's okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I think spaceship. So far, there's two views on spaceship, right? So you can
do third person on spaceship, yeah. Or be in the cockpit. So that's nice too. You can switch it to your liking. Yeah, some games don't give you the choice, and it's kind of frustrating. You kind of want to switch in and out. I think even Skyrim let you do third person. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
And so does Fallout? Is that just their engine? Yeah, their engine is just tuned to do either. And there's some companies that are like, oh, we just can't figure out third person, like Cyberpunk. Like that game would thrive on third person, and you can't do it.
Well,
I mean, you have this. Yeah. We'll move on.
We'll move on to his lordship's
grand
beer battle
finale
contender.
here.
Yeah, which is the Starfield of beers.
Oh, I'm kind of confused about this one, actually.
Oh man,
it's because part of the problem is that Pilsner Urquell I think it just had so much flavor that it just kind of dulled my senses to, like, normally Sapporo has its own unique flavor too, but I wasn't sensing any of that. So
it kicked Sapporo into next week is what you're saying.
Does it sound like to me?
I don't know. Like, I mean, it's like, it was good, but I don't like that it ruins. I mean, I probably should have rinsed out my mouth, but I don't always feel like I should have to do that. So I don't know.
Not for a 4.4% beer. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice lager.
I guess we'll just have to do another hour of the podcast, so Nick can just redo his.
Hopefully, you got a
again.
6-pack of each, and then you can have round 2.
No, actually, this is the last of both. So, I'm gonna do something else different next week anyway. But so I have a couple weeks to think about this. But
so you're alone.
I think I might actually just give it to Sapporo again.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. It's weird to complain about a beer that's too flavorful, but I don't know.
Flavors can be complex and kind of overlap each other.
I mean,
because I don't.
Coriander is not a good flavor on this podcast, so
right,
but too much flavor.
Right, but I mean flavor that I actually like. Just it. I mean, for the most part, it doesn't usually stick around. But I mean, there's just something that lingered that just kind of basically muted the next drink that I had. And the other thing is, I don't know if I'd want more than one or two of these. Just because of that. I mean, I don't know if I should really be drinking in bulk anyway, but that's a different matter altogether. But at least Sapporo, it's just it. If I wanted to have more, the flavor of that is, it's like, yeah, go ahead, have another. It's inviting me to have more, but
makes you thirsty.
No, I mean it makes me. It just wants me to keep the party going.
Yeah, thirsty for more
There's
beer.
a party in Nick's mouth, and everyone's invited.
Ooh, yeah.
One at a time, though.
Yeah, watch out for the Nintendo glaze.
Yeah.
The Nintendo bukkake, as Scott said earlier.
That's everywhere.
Tastes like Mario.
You gotta wipe it off again. You're just using it.
It's like Mario.
Mom, Dad, don't look up what bukkake means.
Yeah, don't.
Safe search on.
Honestly. All right. Well, I guess we can move on to couch co-optionals.
I do have one question before we get to that. Scott, do you own any T-shirts that you didn't get as swag from somewhere?
I mean, well, this is the PAX one. It's in reverse, but it looks like an old VHS tape.
So you actually paid money for that one, or did it come with this?
No, that was one of his swags.
That was one of the swags. So,
nice.
I mean, the DoorDash one was I was gonna put what was my friend's Xbox name is
Cunt?
Bonelander. I was gonna put Bonelander, but then she came up with cunt, and I was like, just do that. That's so good. I think I have one or two other shirts that are just kind of like, I don't know. So yeah, DoorDash being totally cool with whatever 12-character word you want to put wins as like the coolest shirt of the convention.
That's funny.
Well.
Yeah, I think my question though is, do you have any T-shirts that you own that you didn't get as swag?
I think he
from?
did.
Yeah, that you actually paid for.
Oh, I paid for this. This is the official PAX 2023 shirt. I got a hoodie too.
You bought
and it's also
hoodie.
like a nice. It has the VHS theme. You can see it's bright, kind of grayish.
Unopened.
Still sealed. I mean, it's gonna be 95 next week, guys.
You don't need a hoodie
yet.
Seriously,
You're putting any kind of hoodie on. Even in my room, I'm like sweating, so I'm not. You'll see me in winter wear these. But yeah, I did buy some official merchandise.
Oh, I see his point.
Yeah, a little just
nice
pack stuff, but yeah, everything else swag, just swag it all.
Nice.
Time for couch co-optionals, isn't it?
I think so.
Who wants to go first?
I'll start up here at the top left here on the screen.
There you go.
Yeah. So at the end of this month, September 28th, is the new animated series of Castlevania.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very excited about it. It's called Castlevania Nocturne. It's Richter. It's the final surviving people that living descendant of Trevor and Silpha from the prior series. So Richter is the one that's very prominent is in Symphony of the Night.
It just always
Richter
cracks me up.
Belmont.
There's a character called Trevor.
He's in there. Yeah, Trevor Belmont. He's like Castlevania 3. Yeah.
I don't know why Trevor.
Richter originated from the TurboGrafx 16 CD game, so we're talking pretty deep lore if you don't follow like the Castlevania.
Was he
series.
Rondo of Blood?
Rondo of Blood was unreleased in the US too, but it's a fan favorite. It's a solid entry in the Castlevania series, but it didn't come out here. Never made the US release until Requiem and some other re-releases.
Yeah, I have it. I've tried playing it on the Switch. There was a certain boss I got to. Even like save scumming it, I couldn't beat the boss. And some of those bosses are really hard in those Castlevania games.
Chiming in on the Belmont lore, I'll make this brief, but yeah, been playing the Castlevania series. Richter is the most despised of all Belmonts because he gave his whip to a non-Belmont named John Smith from Texas, USA. It's like
what?
If you played the Castlevania on Mega Drive, it was like just a normal dude who was good with a whip, not even a Belmont. So Richter fucked up the whole legacy. He's just like, here's my whip.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay. So this will be an interesting series maybe if they go into that.
John Smith from Texas.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about that because I love the Castlevania Netflix series that came out before with Trevor was awesome. Nice. Same studio, I believe.
Yeah. The fans are happy with it. It follows canon. It hasn't derived from the full game lore. So
cool.
Good job,
Dave.
I would say so. In the last couple of months, I've joined gone to a couple of in-person meetings for interests I have, like rocketry and old computers, and I've met a lot of interesting people and seen a lot of old cool stuff. So if there's something you're interested in, do a search on the internet and see if there's a club near you, or there's people that like whatever. It can be sports, movies, whatever, and just go along and see what it's like, because it seems like all the ones I've been to, there's been an influx of new people into a lot of these organizations, because now everything's coming back to life and people are like, man, it's been 2 years where everything's been online, and it's just really great to talk to people who share similar interests and like see some cool stuff. And I went out to a rocket launch this weekend and launched a load of rockets, played firefighter because someone set the field on fire.
Oops.
And I learned that you always fight a fire from the black, so you always follow the flames. Don't get in front of the flames because they'll get past you, and
Pro tip:
endanger you.
Yep. So
that makes sense.
And that 5 gallons of water is pretty dang heavy when you've got to run a few 100 foot to get to the fire with it.
Yeah, no doubt. Especially if you're carrying 2.
But yeah, if there's something you're interested in, like a homebrew club, or you've got any kind of hobby, or like go to PAX if you're interested in, or the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Just get out there, do some stuff, see some people. You never know who you'll meet and what you'll see and what connections you'll make.
Great. Nick?
So the pre-wife just introduced me to this app called Sniff Spot. It's very unique.
Where's this going?
Yeah.
No, it's actually pretty harmless.
Sniff my spot.
All right, go for it, Nick.
No, it's basically people who section off a piece of their property for people who just kind of want their own little private dog park. Which is perfect for us because we have a dog that just doesn't get along with the others, but she's always full of energy, so it's just nice to and we can even like search out spots that are completely fenced, so we could just let her go off leash, and she can just run around and just run herself until she's tired, which is really the goal, because then she won't bug us about being bored and stuff.
That's cool.
But this was a really awesome find. I mean, I guess she'd known about the app for a while, but she finally decided today to tell me about it, and we found like a little spot in Oregon City, maybe 15 minutes away. Then we just drove up to, rented it out for about an hour. I think it was like $15. I mean, it all depends on the person offering up their property.
Yeah, it's got set times. Yeah. Looks like you can specify the hours. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was, and this person's property was like they had like a single parking spot for us. They provided a couple of amenities like a water dish, and they had some toys, but we didn't really use it. It was just more just fun, just to like let her go off leash and just kind of let her do her thing. And then it was nice to know that we didn't have to worry about her getting out, and because she's a bit of a runner too. Like if she gets loose, she's gonna go run amok, and
you're gonna get exercise.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
yeah. Damn.
But no, this was a lot of fun for like all of us actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's great.
Just
cool, man. Yeah, Nick. I mean, Aaron.
Yes. So my wife and I actually we got this a while back. It's like we invest in this little local farm called Ballerina Farms. They're outside Utah, and they have like meats and cheese and stuff like that. They do it all locally. But the thing that we're really like kind of excited about is their bread. I know it's a silly thing, but like you get like this little starter packet thing of bread, like sourdough starts and stuff like that. You can grow your own little germs and stuff like that, and mix in with your dough and make sourdough bread. You can do whatever you want with it, and the discard makes like you can make some killer shit with it. Like my mother-in-law got some discard from us after she made her own loaf of bread with the sourdough itself, and she made these rolls, like handmade rolls, like the size of a softball. And oh my God, so much flavor. And I guess what I'm trying to get at is invest in your little tiny farms for
your yeast.
Anything. Yeast, like meats, or hell, like I remember I was looking into. I'm still having. I instantly invest in one like a dehydrator, so I can start making jerky or whatever I want to do, and it's solid. Start making your own foods because fuck inflation. Fuck the stores in a sense, just because it's so expensive to buy. Well, don't get me wrong. There's some good foods and meats and stuff like that you still get. So obviously we all can't have farms and stuff like that. But just if you can make it your own way, like snacks or meats or breads or cheeses or whatever, get into that. It's kind of a play off of what Dave was talking about, finding a hobby like you're interested in, or just invest in something new. Because I didn't think I'd enjoy like. I thought milk bread, okay, my grandma made that, I didn't think I'd get interested in it, but I'm watching my wife make the sourdough and bread mix and stuff like that. I'm like, this is science. I like this. I forgot how much I like science until I started watching my wife do it. So,
on a side note to that, Aaron, you should try making pizza dough with sourdough bread starter. It's really good.
Ooh. We're doing that actually for our daughter, because my wife's going to go to Minnesota later this week for work, and we're going to make our own sourdough pizza dough for her pizzas. So she can have a non-salt laced pizza thing from a store, so we can make our own sort of thing. So, yeah.
Cool.
Go local.
So my girlfriend fiance has not seen any of the Batman movies, so we're at Batman and Robin right now.
Okay.
Oh no,
the best one.
Nice, yeah.
Oh God, no.
So
has she bought you the Robin outfit yet?
Which one? The circus performer or the fake butt one?
That's right.
You tell me.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm jealous of her.
Better.
She gets to
the
see
nipples
Arnold
and the cod
Schwarzenegger.
piece and the ass is more appetizing than the tights.
No.
Not to mention Arnold Schwarzenegger telling everybody to chill.
Yeah,
his line in the movie. Yeah.
It's crazy. They really just want him to do one-liners, but then yet he's the most dramatic character in the whole movie. It's like, what a weird decision to make.
Yes.
Yeah, he has like the saddest story out of almost every single villain in the DC Batman universe.
And he's not really a bad guy.
No, he has a noble cause. It's just the way he's doing it kind of messed up. But,
How'd she like the first movie?
She liked them fine. I mean, for me, it was it was fun to see Jack Nicholson in like such a weird role. I mean, he's almost playing against type.
This town needs an enema.
Yeah.
Such a good one.
I forgot. I love that movie. It was so good. I loved it.
And then and we started watching them because we watched The Flash with Michael Keaton.
Oh, I still want to see
so
that.
Yeah, and then
because he says several one-liners like, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." Like he says that in The Flash, and she was like, "Why did he say that?" Because it's kind of weird in the context of the movie, of the Flash movie. If you don't get the reference, it's like, why would he? That is kind of a weird thing to say. Like, before they go on their final battle, and they're like, "What do you think, Batman? You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." It's like, what?
It's been so long, not many people remember that.
It's been
line.
so long. Yeah, I haven't seen it since
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was
A minute for sure.
renting the VHS player and
Yeah.
a copy of Batman one year
Exactly.
to see
That's
it.
when I saw it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
My dad introduced me to the Batman universe. Oh God, thank God for that. I love that
Back in the
universe so
day.
much.
All right,
Yeah,
Scott.
I watched it a few years ago, and I was just blown away that Billy D. Williams was Harvey Dent, and I had
Wait,
Yeah.
time out. What?
Oh wow.
Did not
Yeah,
know
he
that.
plays. He was supposed to be Two-Face, but after
Yeah.
Tim Burton directed the second one, it didn't make as much money as the first one. So the Warner Brothers are like, "We're done with you."
Oh,
That's right. I forgot
so
about
Lando could have been Two-Face, but
Funny. Go ahead, Scott.
All right. So 2019, I took my gracious leave from Couch Co-op and went on to make my own podcast, Scott Free Radio. All the fun, free things in Portland, Scott Free. And I got several DJs and guests. It was great. I was going to be part of Portland Radio Project on the air, and then 2020 happened. All sponsorship gone, event promoter gone, everything wiped out. But I continued on. We were able to go the entirety of 2020 talking about online events and new albums that came out. So I managed to keep going. So I'm currently 113 episodes in. It's 5 minutes. I don't have time to do a full hour like you guys. I don't know how to even like begin to wrap all the things up. So it's designed to be quick and easy. If you're in Portland, if you're visiting and you just want a cool thing to look at, I'll of course talk about like video game events, music shows. Like this weekend was the Belmont Street Fair. Tons of free swag. I got home with like a water bottle and a T-shirt from the Belmont Street Fair, just spinning a prize wheel. So yeah, if you have people in Portland that want to know free events going on, Scott Free Radio on all the media forums. It's fun. It's fun to just like have an outlet, because I will have things I want to tell people are like, hey, come to this. It's free. And I love podcasting. Like Couch Co-op brought me into this world. I had never been on a podcast before. And, shouts to Ian for telling me I could actually use Anchor. Anchor FM is a free source. I don't have to pay a year fee to have a 5-minute podcast. So it really helped out. And
free is our favorite
then,
price.
Anchor
my favorite
FM
word.
That's cheap.
Spotify, essentially, like Spotify podcasting.
Yeah, I think Amazon
Just
bought.
FYI.
They acquired Anchor, so now it's like Spotify is owning it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's been fun, and yeah, I can't thank enough for like being brought into this world and having like a footstool to go on. Like otherwise, I wouldn't have done this. I don't know the first thing about podcasting.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be less than 4 years till we see you again.
Yeah, I'll see you guys in 2028.
Yeah, we'll have you on
PAX,
again.
Yeah,
Well, that's 5 years. Got it.
yeah,
Base PAX.
face pack.
Yeah. Well, we got some Portland Retro Expo to talk about in next month.
Yeah,
so
we'll hit that.
we'll,
I'll be there the full
recoup.
weekend.
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think that is that the weekend of October 13th, is it?
28th?
Oh, is it?
I'll spot check it.
Yeah.
I have a friend from high school that's never left Florida coming just for this. And I thought, like, wow, what a
Cool.
perfect opportunity to show you the West Coast, Portland, the gamer scene here.
Wow, that is
And
Good time.
yeah,
quite
a sheltered life of not ever leaving Florida.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
he gets to
this
come
is
to a
quite
retro
the
game
event to
expo.
come for as well. So
and
gonna
all
be
the
a great
craft
year.
root beer $50 can buy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
October
right.
13th through 15th is the.
Thank you for the date. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, most of us, our clan will be there on the 15th.
Yep.
Group picture, y'all.
Yeah, baby.
Yep. Don't think there'll be any cosplay this year though. So. Well, I think that's about all we have time for, isn't it? So shall we wrap up?
Oh man, Scott has the wrap
on
up
it.
ready to go.
Man, we should have him on more
you're
often.
up, Scott.
I want to thank you all for listening and remind you can leave feedback at Twitbook, Instaface, and Gramter at Couch Co-op Shows. Remember, all one word, no hyphen. Also, try following us on twitch.tv/Couch Co-op Shows, where we'll be playing all the video games. Remember Twitch?
Yeah,
remember, you can find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Radio Public, and or Spotify. Subscribe and leave a review. That would be awesome. I want to thank Jared.
Hey.
Dave.
Woot.
Nick DeWin. JPK. Aaron.
Yes.
For joining us here on the Couch Co-op, I am Mappyman, reminding you to please be most excellent to each other.
Wild stallions.
And don't get hypnotized by Das Blinken lights.